Hello everyone, welcome to the English grammar tutorial. I am Chetna Sarma and today's session of tense is all about present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense is used to express an action which has started in past, still continuing and not completed so far. It is used to express a continued or ongoing action that started in past and is continued till now. In this tense, start time of action will always be given like for a few days, for 10 months, for 2 years, since Wednesday, since 2011, since September, etc. If start time of action is not given in the sentence, then it does not come under present perfect continuous tense. Start time of action is the main factor which differentiates between present continuous tense and present perfect continuous tense. For example, it is drizzling outside will be an example of present continuous tense. But when we say it has been drizzling outside since morning, then it becomes an example of present perfect continuous tense. In the above example, only start time of action, that is, since morning, is the factor which is changing the tense of the sentence. Basically, a time reference is used in the sentence to show that when the action started in past or for how long the action continued. The specific words since and for are used in sentence to show the time of action. The word since is used if the exact starting time, for example, since Monday, since 3 pm of action is known or intended to be reflected in the sentence. The word for is used to express the amount of time. For example, for 3 hours, for 6 months, for which the action was continued. So basically, since is talking about the starting of the time and for talks about the duration of the action. So to sum up, the present perfect continuous is used to refer to an unspecified time between before now and now. The speaker is thinking about something that started but perhaps did not finish in that period of time. He or she is interested in the process as well as the result, but mostly in the process. And this process may still be going on or may have just finished. Let us now understand the cases in which we use the present perfect continuous tenses. We use present perfect continuous for actions that started in the past and continue in the present. For example, she has been waiting for you all day and probably she is still waiting now. Another example, I have been working on this report since 8 o'clock this morning. So here in the sentence it means I still have not finished it. Another example, they have been traveling since last 8 hours. And this sentence implies that they are not at home till now. So in all these examples, what we understand is the actions have started in the past and it still continues in the present. It is not over yet. Next, we use present perfect continuous for actions that have just finished, but we are interested in the results. For example, she has been cooking since last night. Here, the food on the table looks delicious, or maybe the food preparation is over. So we are interested in the result that food is prepared. Another example, it has been raining. That means the streets are still wet. So we are interested in the result. Another example, someone is been eating my chips. Someone has been eating my chips. Implies what? That half of them or half of the chips have gone. We are bothered about the situation. We usually choose the present perfect continuous form for more temporary actions or states. For example, I have been living in London since I left school. So again, to sum up, the present perfect progressive or continuous tense has two uses. It is used for a continuous activity that began in the past and continue into the present, and a continuous activity that has begun in past but has now finished. Now we will talk about the structure of a present perfect continuous tense sentence. In present perfect continuous tense, helping verb has been or have been is used and ing is added with the first form of the verb. The structure goes like this: subject plus has or have plus been plus verb with the first form plus ing plus object plus for or since plus time plus the participle. As I mentioned before, since is used when time mentioned in the sentence is certain, and for is used when the time mentioned in sentence is not certain. That is, since is used for the exact time and for is used for the duration of time. With I, we, you as the subject of the sentence, we go with have. And when the subject of the sentence is he, she, it, Ram, etc., then we use has. The structure of a present perfect continuous tense for a negative sentence. It goes as subject plus has or have plus not plus been plus verb, first form of the verb, plus ing plus object plus for or since plus time plus the complement part or the predicate part. In present perfect continuous negative sentence, not is added between has or have and been. For example, Ria has not been relying on a pay rise to pay her student loan. Now for an interrogative sentence in present perfect continuous. If you need to ask a question, you can use the following word order for a yes or no question. That is, has or have plus subject plus been plus the present participle. For example, has Julie or has Ria been relying on a pay rise to pay her student loan? Question mark. For example, have Mr. and Mrs. Sharma been taking the wrong pills for years? For questions like why, who, where, we can follow the following word order for a question word question in present perfect continuous tense. Question word, which can be either why, where, who, how, plus has or have plus subject plus been plus present participle. For example, why has Ria been relying on a pay rise to pay her student loan? Another example, where have Mr. and Mrs. Sharma been taking the wrong pills? So children, this was all about present perfect continuous tense. I hope you will find it easy to understand. Thank you.